Alright, so today we will study that what is the effect of axial rotation of Earth on the value of small g. Okay, as you can see, this topic is from gravitation chapter, right? So for understanding this, what you have to do, see, we have consider a particle p at rest. See, this is your Earth, okay, having radius capital R, and this is a particle p which is at rest at this point. We have kept this point p, okay, on the surface of Earth in latitude phi. Latitude means this angle making with this x-axis, okay. These are the two axes, x-axis and y-axis, and this particle p is at angle phi, okay. Now see the pseudo force acting on the particle. On this particle, what will be the force acting when the Earth is rotating? That force will be called as pseudo force, and that force will be given by your mr omega square, right? Where omega is your angular velocity. Okay, so the force will be your mr omega square, and because of this rotational effect, this force will be in your outward direction. Okay, means the direction of this force is in this direction. Clear? Now true acceleration g, which is the actual acceleration small g, that will be acting towards center O. This is your center. Okay, so the value of small g, that will be always acting towards the center of Earth. Clear? Right, now come to the next portion. See, effective acceleration g dash. In this we are finding the value of g dash, which is the effective acceleration, right? Effective acceleration means acceleration due to the axial rotation of Earth. Clear? So the effective acceleration g dash will be the resultant of this g and r omega square. Okay, so how we will find? See, g dash will be equal to your under root g square plus r omega square whole square plus 2g r omega square into cos 180 minus phi, right? Because this angle is your 180 minus phi, this one, right? So when we will solve this, what we will get? G under root g square plus this will become r square omega to the power 4 minus 2g r omega square, and we know that cos 180 minus phi is your minus cos phi, so this will become minus cos phi, and when we will put the value, so this will you get the equation. Okay, this is your equation number 1. Now see, in this equation, r square omega to the power 4, this will be very small, because omega we know 2 pi by t, and t is your 24 into 360. So when we will divide this term 2 pi by 24 into 3600, so we will get very small value, and here it is omega to the power 4, so this will become so small that we can ignore it. Okay, so we have to ignore this term, right? And this small r will be equal to your r cos phi. Capital R means this radius of the Earth. Okay, so r will be small r, what will be equal to your r cos phi. So see, therefore after simplifying the term and ignoring that small terms, the equation 1 which we have written, equation 1 can be written as g dash will be equal to your g under root g square minus 2g r omega square cos square phi. Okay, when we will simplify this equation, we will get this term g under root 1 minus, taking the common g out, 2r omega square cos square phi upon g, and after simplifying this equation, what we will get? The final equation of g dash, that will be g dash is equal to g minus r omega square cos square phi. So this is the value of g. This g dash is the value of g due to the axial rotation of Earth. Clear? So this is your final expression. Okay, see, g dash equal to g minus r omega square cos square phi, where r is the radius of Earth, omega is the angular velocity, and phi is your latitude, and g is as usual normal g 9.8 you can take. Okay, so now come to the conclusion of the derivation. See, this is the expression we have got for value of g, which we have denoted by g dash, and that is equal to your g minus r omega square cos square phi, right? So what is the conclusion? First, g dash is not truly vertical. because of this rotational effect and this angle phi, we will see that the G dash is not exactly in vertical direction. It will be little bit like this, as you can see in the figure. Okay, first conclusion is this one. Second, the centrifugal force reduces the value of G. Obviously, see, the direction of normal G is towards the center of earth, right? And the angular acceleration which is produced, that is away from the center of earth, it is in outward direction. So ultimately the value of G or G dash, which we are considering here, that will be less than the value of normal G because of this centrifugal force. Clear? Third conclusion is the value of G at equator. You know equator is this position, right? So at equator phi will be your 0. Obviously in this position this phi will become 0. So when we will put the value of phi equal to 0 in this equation, what we will get? G dash will be equal to G minus R omega square. So this is the value of G at equator, G minus R omega square. Clear? And at pole means this position, here the phi will be, this angle will be equal to 90 degree. Clear? So when we will put here 90 degrees, so what we will get? G minus G equal to G. G dash is equal to G. Clear? So these are the two values of G at pole and at equator due to the axial rotation of earth. This is the main thing you have to keep in mind. These values are because of the axial rotation of earth. Clear? So as from this equation, these two equations, you can see that this is the minimum value of G at equator and this is your maximum value of G at poles due to the axial rotation of earth. I hope it is clear. Alright, so if you like the video, then press the like button, and I hope that this video is useful for you. Thanks.